This week on TQA Weekly, we're going to be talking about a Google search with the keywords my computer and what people are searching for when they are looking this up. But first, my name is Steve Smith. This is TQA Weekly. And let's start off with the first two questions as they are kind of related to each other. And it is, why is my computer so slow or lagging? And there can be several reasons to why computers have these kinds of issues. Computers can last a long time, but that being said, we install a lot of software, uninstall, we use the computers, we end up having a lot of cache and temporary files installed inside of our computers. We have a lot of updates that are just laying around inside of the computers, and eventually that starts clogging down the engine that is the operating system, making it feel slower and slower. And one of the best ways to alleviate that kind of pain is to just go out, get your operating system disk, and reinstall. A clean install will actually suffer from less lag and be faster. However, that is not the only thing that can make a computer slow or lag. Dirt, dust, and gunk collecting on your fans and heat sinks can also make your computer slow and lag through a process of thermal throttling. So if the fans are all clogged up and the heat sinks are all clogged up, consider giving them a little bit of TLC and cleaning them up. And if you remove any heat sink from a processor, be sure to replace the thermal paste at the same time. As for the next question, why is my computer frozen? And apart from my customary joke that most people will know about how you should probably get it out of the freezer, there are reasons why computers freeze on very specific tasks, and a lot of people simply don't like this response. You may have too little RAM or disk space, or your hardware configuration is so old or not compatible with the minimum specifications of your operating system, your program, the file you're trying to open, or even a game. It has happened to me before. If the program, the game, or the file, or whatever minimum specifications to be opened are so much greater than your computer has as specifications, you risk just freezing your computer. And this is something that can only be helped by upgrading hard drive space, by upgrading RAM. Sometimes you might even just need a brand new computer in this case. For those wondering why my computer won't start, this is an issue that can be related to a bunch of stuff that may or may not be related to your case. If your computer is plugged in and you press the power button and nothing happens, there are two instances that you have to think about. Is it possible that you unplug the jumper from the main board? If it's just that, then plugging that back in will allow you to power your computer. But if you're looking at your main board and everything is plugged in and none of the lights are powered, we're talking about the standby light on the motherboard, then it's possible that the power supply is dead and that might be in needing of replacement, or it might be that your motherboard is dead instead. In that case, you can't really do anything about it but getting an RMA or replacing the motherboard itself. There are also possibilities that other hardware in a computer prevents your computer from starting if the main board and power supply are actually plugged in correctly. Newer hardware has status lights that change color if you don't have the right plugs plugged in, the right power, and any of those kinds of things. So be sure to pay attention to all those status lights and everything inside of your computer. And if you simply don't know what's going on, ask a friend who knows about this or bring it to a reputable computer shop. And the last one kind of seems like a joke or a prank. In my case, it would be possible because of the way my screens are mounted. And the question is, why is my computer upside down? I was actually kind of surprised that somebody would actually ask this, but if you're a victim of a prank or a joke, right-click your desktop, select Settings, go to Orientation, and select Landscape or Portrait based on what you were using, and not the flipped options. The flipped options are what makes the screen upside down. If this is not the case, consider checking the cable, or maybe your computer screen is screwed. But in most cases, it is either a setting inside the computer or somebody simply just turned your screen upside down. And in that case, I really can't help you if you can't figure that one out by yourself. So I hope you liked this episode. So like it, dislike it if you didn't, share with those that you think can benefit from this, and don't forget to subscribe. And if you have any questions, comments, suggestions for topics, email me at ask@tqaweekly.com or go to my website, tqaweekly.com, for everything else. And if you want to make this show better and get these episodes 24 hours in advance of everyone else, consider being a patron of my Patreon at patreon.com/TQAweekly. Every patron gets these episodes 24 hours in advance of everyone else. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.